We often look for answers outside of ourselves, searching for something or someone to help us understand who we are. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself the right questions? You see, questions hold immense power. They can unravel the mysteries of your mind, revealing aspects of yourself you never even knew existed. In the process of self-discovery, one might wonder, what would happen if I truly understood myself? The answer lies in deep reflection as you embark on the journey of self-exploration. There are three fundamental questions that, when asked sincerely, hold the potential to transform your life forever. These questions, when answered truthfully, are the keys to unlocking the doors of your subconscious, leading you to profound insights about your true self. So, let's start with the first question. The first question that reveals your hidden self is, what am I truly afraid of? It's natural for humans to avoid discomfort, to hide from things that trigger fear. But fear is a powerful tool of self-discovery. By confronting it, you can understand its origins and begin to dismantle its hold over you. Fear is often tied to past experiences, wounds that may have been buried deep within, waiting for the right moment to resurface. When you face your fears, you don't just confront them, you start to unearth the stories, beliefs, and self-imposed limitations that have been shaping your reality. The more you resist this question, the more you stay in the shadows, hiding from the person you are meant to become. But once you dare to look fear in the eye, you'll see that it's not as powerful as you once thought. And in that moment, a new level of freedom is born. The second question that uncovers your hidden self is, what do I truly value? Our values are the silent forces that guide our decisions, shape our actions, and determine the direction of our lives. But how often do we stop to ask ourselves if we are living in alignment with our values? Society, relationships, and external pressures often dictate what we should value, causing us to lose sight of what truly matters to us. When you ask yourself this question, you strip away the noise of the outside world and reconnect with your inner compass. What do you stand for? What brings you joy, fulfillment, and purpose? These values are not always obvious, and it takes time and introspection to uncover them. But once you do, you'll realize that living a life aligned with your core values leads to greater peace, contentment, and authenticity. The power of knowing what you truly value is that it brings clarity to your decisions and helps you navigate life's challenges with confidence. The third and final question that reveals your hidden self is, who am I when no one is watching? This question challenges you to look beyond the roles you play in society and the personas you present to the world. It forces you to face the essence of who you are when the external world fades away. When no one is watching, what does your soul yearn for? What do you feel called to do, to create, to become? It's in these moments of solitude and stillness that we come face to face with our true selves. We live in a world that constantly demands our attention, validation, and approval, but this question encourages you to step away from the noise and reconnect with the person you are when everything else fades. It's when you stop performing for others and embrace your authenticity that you begin to understand who you are at your core. And when you understand that, nothing can ever shake your sense of self again. These three questions, what am I truly afraid of? What do I truly value? Who am I when no one is watching? Are not meant to be answered quickly or lightly. They require deep introspection and the courage to look within, to confront the uncomfortable truths that may surface. It's not easy to face your fears, to challenge your values, or to confront your true self without the mask. But it's in this process of self-exploration that we discover the hidden parts of ourselves, parts that hold the keys to living a life of purpose, joy, and authenticity. So the next time you find yourself questioning who you are or feeling lost in the chaos of life, return to these questions. Let them guide you back to yourself. And remember, The journey of self-discovery is not about finding someone else's answers. It's about discovering the truth within you. As you reflect on these powerful questions, it's important to acknowledge that self-discovery is not a linear journey. There will be moments of clarity, but also times when you feel uncertain, even lost. However, these moments of uncertainty are just as valuable as the moments of clarity. They offer you the space to explore, to experiment, and to evolve. When you confront your fears, your values, and your true self, it's not about finding the perfect answer or achieving perfection. It's about embracing the process of growth. It's about understanding that the path to discovering your hidden self is filled with layers. Layers that may take time to peel back. But each layer you uncover brings you closer to the person you were always meant to be. Many people spend their lives looking for external validation, seeking approval from others to feel worthy. But the truth is, the only approval you need is your own. When you ask yourself, who am I when no one is watching? You tap into your intrinsic worth. A worth that is not dependent on the opinions of others. In this world, it's easy to get caught up in the expectations of family, friends, and society. But by asking the right questions, you begin to discern the difference between who you are and who others want you to be. The courage to embrace your authentic self without fear of judgment is one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself. This process allows you to break free from the chains of societal conditioning and start living a life that is true to your own heart. The journey of self-discovery is not always easy. It requires vulnerability, honesty, and sometimes facing parts of yourself that are uncomfortable to acknowledge. But it is in these moments of discomfort that the greatest transformation occurs. When you look at your fears and ask, what am I truly afraid of? You begin to understand the root of your anxiety, insecurity, or doubt. Often, fear is linked to past experiences that have shaped your beliefs about yourself and the world around you. By understanding these fears, you can begin to challenge them. You don't have to let your past control your future. In fact, the act of confronting your fears gives you the power to rewrite the narrative of your life. Once you start peeling back the layers of fear, you'll notice that what you value is also deeply connected to your past. What you value today may have been influenced by your upbringing, your relationships, and your experiences. But just because something has been instilled in you doesn't mean it aligns with your true desires. When you ask, what do I truly value? You're giving yourself permission to reevaluate the beliefs and priorities that have shaped your life. This question invites you to let go of outdated values that no longer serve you, and instead to adopt a set of principles that resonate with your true self. When you make decisions based on your core values, you stop living in reaction to the world and start creating a life that aligns with your heart's deepest desires. As you continue to ask these questions, you may find that some of your beliefs and values shift. That's okay. Self-discovery is not a static process. It's a fluid journey. The person you were a year ago is not the person you are today, and the person you are today will continue to evolve. Each day presents an opportunity for growth, for deeper understanding, and for becoming more aligned with your authentic self. The key is to remain open to the process, to embrace the discomfort, and to trust that every step you take is leading you closer to the truth. You don't need to have all the answers right now. What matters is that you are asking the questions, that you are seeking to know yourself on a deeper level. And in that seeking, you will find the answers that are already within you. Sometimes the fear of what we might uncover prevents us from asking these deep questions. We fear the unknown, the potential discomfort, and the changes that may arise. But what if we reframed that fear? What if Instead of seeing it as something to avoid, we viewed it as an invitation to grow. Fear is often a sign that we are on the edge of transformation, that we are about to break through a barrier that has been holding us back. When you ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? You are acknowledging the power of fear, but also taking away its ability to control you. You are choosing to face it, to stand tall in the face of it, and to step forward into the unknown with courage and determination. As you continue asking these questions, it's important to recognize that this is not a process that happens overnight. It takes time, patience, and above all, compassion. You may encounter parts of yourself that feel unfamiliar or even unworthy of love. But let me remind you, every part of you deserves compassion. The more you open up to yourself, the more you'll discover that you are not broken, but beautifully complex. Your fears, your values, and your hidden self are all pieces of a larger puzzle that makes up who you are. And as you piece them together, you create a more authentic and empowered version of yourself. In this process, it's essential to remember that there is no right or wrong way to discover yourself. The journey is as unique as you are. Some may find answers quickly, while others may take years to understand their true self. But the key is to keep asking the questions, to remain open to the exploration, and to trust that the answers will come when the time is right. There will be moments of clarity, and there will be moments of confusion. But each moment, each question, each step is part of the process of self-discovery. And when you allow yourself to fully engage in this process, you will find that you are no longer seeking approval or validation from the outside world. You will no longer be searching for answers in others. You will become your own source of wisdom, your own source of strength.